Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Awa. That's my stage name. So we about to get into it this morning, and it is a personal tidbit from my life, okay? And it's a lesson for y'all to take heed to, okay? Now, the caption reads, even though you was a crack fiend mama, you always was a black queen mama. Okay. Now, anybody who remember that hit back in the day, y'all all know what I'm talking about. Anybody who heard this song, okay? Anybody who remember this hit back in the day, baby, you know what I'm talking about. If you was raised in the projects, if you was raised in the hood, you know what I'm talking about. This song made you cry. Do you hear me? This song made you cry. You want to know why it made you cry? Because most of us live this reality just like Tupac. You hear me? So we about to get into it, okay? And I'm going to show you how this brought a lot of problems, okay, into our culture, and how the daddy not being there brought this all to pass. Okay, now this is only from my life. I don't know how anybody else took this, but this was only my upbringing. Okay, so before we start, I need y'all to do me a favor. I need y'all to hit that like and subscribe button. Okay, I need y'all to hit that like and subscribe button if you feel my content. So back to what I said, even though you was a crack fiend mama, you always was a black queen mama. Okay. Now, shout out to my mother. Okay. Shout out to Big Shell. Okay. But I'm going to say some things that's going to hurt this morning. Okay. Now, when a woman takes on when she takes on the responsibility of a man, she is, how can I say this? When she takes on the responsibility of a man, she is taking on the biggest problem that she has encountered, that she has ever encountered. This is why I dislike so much when people say that, tell women, oh, you can do everything a man can do. This is not true. This is a lie. You understand? This is a lie. I dislike this so much when they tell women you can do everything a man can do. Let me share something with you. If this is true, you would never come to social media and be crying. Where do you ever rarely see a man come to social media and cry? Good morning, Harris Tribe Media. How are you? Good morning. Clarence, my dear, good morning to you. Good morning. So, when have you ever came to social media and saw a man cry on social media? That if anything goes wrong in her life, she comes to social media, she cries. But when a man, anything go wrong in his life, he goes into a survival mode. Okay, he will go. Yes, you are right, honey. He will. A grown man will cry in private. You are right. Yes, he will. But he will get a game plan to get it together and say, I gotta conquer this. Okay. So now, when I lived in the projects when I was young, right, there was a lot of kids that was my age. Their mama was on crack too. Okay. So most of our mamas smoked crack together. Friends that I went to school with, most of our mamas smoked crack together, right in the kitchen. Or they go hide in the bedroom and stuff like that. But I'm going to share something with you. Back in the day when most of the people I grew up with, their parents smoked crack. Most of them turned out to be crack fiends too. or either they was pushing that weight in the street. And I want to share something with you. Gina, I see what you say. You said, keep in mind there's a difference between a man and an adult man. I understand, my dear. You are correct. But I'm going to share something with you. Most of these women did not have men in their household, okay? They did not. So a lot of things did not govern properly in the household. You understand what I'm saying? Even if you had a daddy who was in the street, okay? Even if you had a daddy that was in the street, if he was not in the household, okay? If he was not in the household, honey, a lot of evil can happen in the household when the mama is on crack. Because mama is thinking about, good morning, red lipstick vibe. Mama is thinking about doing that crack, okay? She thinking about getting high. So she's not paying attention to the wolves that she's letting into the home. Do you understand? But when daddy's smoking crack, okay? When daddy's smoking crack, daddy still pay attention to the wolves that's entering the home. Okay? See, when mama's smoking crack with her girls and the drug dealer that is supplying the crack for mama and her friends, he comes to the house and he see girls that's shapely, butt, breast out. And if he had already conquered mama, he looking at mama children. Okay? He's looking at mama children. So when mama don't have enough money, okay? Yes, baby, I'm about to start some trouble, honey, this morning. Yes, I am. When mama don't have enough money to get her fix, the drug dealer tell her, well, your daughter, you know, how old is she? So now mama say, oh, she a teenager. Oh, okay. She done something yet? Oh, well, she have a boyfriend. So now the drug dealer start looking at the daughter. And now let me share something with you. Whoever say that this is not fact, you not from the hood, so you don't know what I'm talking about. So be quiet. Be quiet. When I'm teaching a lesson and you don't know, be quiet. Now, when this happened, he looking at the girl. So now every time he see the girl, he tell the girl, here $10, here $20, here $30. Okay. And then he say, if you ever need anything, you can always come to me. Okay. So the girl thinking, oh, he like me, this and that. Oh, he like me, oh, this and that. Okay. So now he start buying the girl. Okay. You heard me. He start buying the girl. All right, baby, you got it. That he's grooming her. You got it. You got it, honey. I don't know where you from. Are you new? Are you new, honey? Because I never seen before. And I see you. This is a factor. You got that right, baby. You are so right, honey. Okay. He grooming her. Okay. Now, what happens is you need anything, you come to me. And so she souped up, because remember, you in the projects. She souped up. She thinking that this is all right because everybody know this cat. Okay, everybody know this cat. So all the girls like him in the projects because they know he about the heaviest drug dealer that's pushing weight there, and he always got fresh Jordans on. Okay. It looked like my internet is trying to do some buffering, and this is so good today. I'm about to start some trouble. Okay, so now he's grooming her. Everybody in the project know what's about to go down. So she getting new sneakers, she getting new clothes, this and that, because he's content with trying to groom this girl, because he see body all over this girl. Y'all, I'm sorry, my internet is acting up right now. I don't know what is going on. So he's grooming this girl. Okay, there's a problem. Okay, but nobody sees the problem yet. So now, since he's grooming the girl, he want the mama on board. And the mama smoking that crack. She getting that crack from him. So what happens next, y'all? Anybody from the hood know what happened next, y'all? He start giving the mama bottles because he grooming this girl. Every time he come to the house, he go to the girl room and lay up in the girl room with her. And what happened? Mama don't say nothing. Y'all hold on, my internet is doing some nonsense. I don't know what is going on. So now what happens? I'm trying to get that internet together, y'all. So now what happens is he start laying up in the girl's room. Y'all, please put a 1 in the chat in YouTube if I'm coming through strong. Mona D, I gotta stop my show right now because Mona D, you were showing me too much love yesterday in the afternoon. I mean, in the evening. I was driving home, girl, watching your live. Mona, you was doing what it do. You was showing me so. Mona, I just met you, Mona. Mona, I just met you, Mona. You know how many people that I have known before you, Mona? Mona, you broke my content down on your channel. Mona, you was about to make me cry yesterday. You was about to make me cry yesterday, Mona. Oh my God, you are the first YouTuber who broke my content down and fried it, baby. I cooked it, but you fried it, honey. You showed me so much love on your channel. Mona, you are one of them that I put at the highest level, baby. You are one of them, honey. Thank you so much, babe. You showed my video. You broke my content down, baby. You fried my content yesterday. Do you hear me? I cooked it, baby, but you fried it, honey. Thank you so much, Mona. I will forever be grateful. I will forever be grateful. Thank you. So I'm about to break this down real quick, y'all. So now, remember what I said. He's coming to the house, okay? Because now there is a connection. He giving the mama crack, and the mama is about to hand over her daughter. You see? This is why, okay, daddies are needed. This is why. Because daddy would never think of giving his daughter. He would not. He would never think of giving his daughter, okay, to a drug dealer for crack. He would not. Because remember, this is his offspring. But when women are not being structured, do you hear me? When they are not being structured and there is no foundation, okay, that she can stand on and be accountable for, the children are in danger. And I'm not bashing all my sisters. I'm not bashing all the mamas. I'm not. But this plays out in our community so well. And even to today, this is going on. Even to today. Now, I witnessed this myself. I witnessed this with friends of mine when I was young. And now when the girl gets older and she got all these babies by this drug dealer that used to supply drugs for the mama want to bash her, say all types of nonsense about her. and run her mouth to her friends, or all she do is keep laying up there having kids and he ain't marry her. But mama, you started the nonsense. Do you hear me? Mama, you started the nonsense. This is the problem. You started the nonsense, mama. You wanted to hit that pipe so bad, you sold your offspring to a drug dealer in the projects because you wanted to get that hit. When Tupac hit this verse, right? When Tupac hit this verse, baby, this broke the rap game. When he hit this verse, first of all, he hit a lot of verses, but this one broke the rap game. Do you understand? Anybody who listened to Tupac back in the day, he was like the Bible for the projects, okay? He was like the Bible. God forgive me because I shouldn't have said that, okay? But he was a sanctuary, okay, for a lot of people in the projects. He was. And I loved his music when I was young because it spoke volumes to me. Do you understand? It spoke volumes to me when I was young because I was going through this foolery. See, the choices that mama make, she doesn't understand that it trickles down to the children. So now if you sold this baby to the drug dealer to get your fix, and then this baby grow up to just having babies and doing nonsense, mama, who do we blame? Who do we blame, mama? Who take accountability because you let this girl get groomed by this drug dealer? And then she had all these kids. Who do we blame, mama? See, a lot of influencers will get up here and say, oh, you can't always blame mama for the things that happen. But let me share something with you. Mama plays a big part in a lot of the nonsense that happened to the children because mama has not taken accountability. She has not taken accountability, and she does not want to take accountability. She does not want to take accountability. So when you see your young girl that you let someone groom her into being a toy, and she fulfills this thing and be a toy and have babies upon babies, and she don't graduate from school, okay? And she don't graduate from school, what do you do? What do you do, mama? Who played this? Who played this, mama? You can't call this child no names or out her name because, mama, you played this. You can't judge this child. You played this nonsense. So this happened a lot in my projects, okay? This happened a lot. I remember an advice that I had gotten when I was young, right? I got this advice when I was young. An adult said to me, and it was a family member, said to me, closed legs, closed legs don't get fed. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? See, back in the day, they would tell you the right way. Now, I'm going to tell you the right way it's supposed to be. Closed mouths don't get fed. That's the right way that it's supposed to be. But when I was young, an adult from my family, I won't say no names, the person is still alive, said to me, closed legs don't get fed. And I'm going to share something with you. I looked at this person and I said, I don't understand. They said to me, you a pretty girl, figure it out. If you need something, you figure it out. And I was like, I don't, what is going on here? So I told my girls, and they was like, yeah, that mean that you supposed to go and mess with your boyfriend to get what you want. So I'm like, oh, but I never, and they was like, yeah, but that's what they talking about. So now I learned this foolery at a young age. So I'm thinking that this is right because I was told this by an adult that I loved. Okay. So this is why, and I'm going back to the daddy. This is why, okay, daddies are needed. This is why daddies are needed, because when mama is smoking that pipe and she's not paying attention to her offspring, my dear, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. You must be new, honey. Thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Also, you too, my dear. Thank you for coming in. I greatly appreciate it. So now, this is why I say, just like I just said a few minutes ago, the daddies are needed, because the daddies are power. The daddies are structure. Still winning. I knew you was coming, baby. How you doing, honey? So this is why I say the daddies are needed. They need the structure. Structure is needed in the household. When this is not here, honey, the household is in danger. The children are in danger. And I'm going to share something with you. Zaddy knew that. That's why he didn't allow the men to live in the household, in the projects with the mother and the children. He knew that. He knew how to break the community down. But we're not going to get on Zaddy today. It's mama turn today. We're going to get on mama today for the decisions that she made that destroyed her legacy. See, women, we have to put a mindset to understand that you have to learn how to do the right thing by your children. This is why I always preach that if you don't treat these children right, okay, if you don't treat these children right, you will not have someone there to bring you a drink of water. And I'm talking about, when I say a drink of water, I'm talking about someone that's going to come for you when you need help. And I'm going to also share this with y'all too. When you spoil those children and give them everything as well, can be your downfall too. But what I'm telling you is that fathers are needed. And Zaddy knew this. That's why it was so easy for him to give you, just like how the slave masters used to give a little food to the slaves. This is what Zaddy does to our community. When he giving away that Section 8 voucher, when he giving away the food stamps, when he giving away the Medicaid, when he giving away the housing and all this, this is the same thing that the slave masters did, because this is how they conquered the woman's mind, because they said, without the slave master, I don't eat. And this is what our mothers thought: without Zaddy, I'm not going to eat. This is the problem. This is the problem in our community. Because mama can be influenced to do a lot of things, and y'all see it on social media. Mama is influenced to do a lot of things. Y'all see it on social media. When a woman get up here half naked and she's showing her breasts and her butt to everybody, or she going on girls trips and meeting men in one day and laying down with them, this is why a man is needed. Because he see past all the drama. He see past all the foolery. But none of y'all want that covering. You quick to say, I don't need no man. You quick to say, I don't need nobody. I can do everything by myself. I'm a black queen. And I said this yesterday. You cannot be a black queen unless a king has appointed you a queen. You cannot appoint yourself a queen. And that only comes through marriage. Y'all got to get out of that foolery that they'd have taught y'all. Now, when the father is not in the home, this leads to a lot of foolery. But because we sit up here and say we independent, we can do everything, we don't understand the true assignment that has come against us. We don't understand the true assignment that has come against us. Do you understand? We don't understand the assignment. So we destroy our own legacy because we're getting all this assistance from the government. We out here, back in the day, out there smoking crack, doing nonsense, and not knowing you destroying your legacy. Because, mama, what you do, the children copy what you do. Whatever you do, mama, they copy. They are like sponges. So if mama was smoking crack and doing drugs, and her bedroom door was a revolving door, more than likely the girls will be the same. Unless someone gets a hold of one of those girls when they're young. Get a hold of them and teach them differently. And y'all know I told y'all my story. Anybody who been following me, I told y'all from the beginning. I told y'all my story. How I was blessed to meet so many people in my life when I was young that changed my mindset. I didn't want to end up on welfare. I didn't want to end up on drugs. I didn't want to end up in the projects. But I ain't going to sit up here and tell you I never had government assistance. This is a lie. I'm telling you, this is a lie if I tell you I never had government assistance when I wasn't married. But what I'm saying is we have to start understanding that the daddy was such a protection that our mothers, our grandmothers didn't understand. He was a protection they did not understand. See, they sold their protection for that housing and the food. And I understand. Now, some of the older women said because we didn't want to see our children starve. We did not want to see our children struggle. And I understand that. But at the same time, when you didn't want to see this, you sold your children to the devil. Yes. At the same time, when you didn't want to see struggle, you sold your children to the devil. Because, mama, if you was smoking crack and you was busy doing it with your friends in the household and the drug dealer was in the household and you wouldn't come out, especially if he gave you a whole bunch of crack, okay? If he gave you a bag of crack, honey, you ain't come out that room. If he gave you a 10, okay? If he gave you a 10, some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. But if he gave y'all a 10, you and your girlfriends ain't come out that room for hours. Y'all was smoking that crack till it was finished because you didn't want nobody to get more crack than you. Okay? So now you in that room for 2 hours in there smoking crack with your girlfriend, and this demon is outside in the living room with your girls. So your girls are being molested. They're being touched. But you in a room with your girls having a girls trip. Y'all having a girls trip, getting high. And the drug dealer that's supplying the drugs for you, mama, is in the living room with your girls. And this is the thing that we don't like to talk about in our culture. We always want to just talk about the decent things. Oh, there's a gender war. We always want to talk, it's a gender war. They not dressing like this. We got to talk about the real stuff too. We got to talk about the real stuff that hurt too in our community. A lot of the women that y'all see on social media that dress the way they do, that talk the way they do, they're coming from homes like this. They're coming from broken homes. They're coming from homes that just filled with drugs, and mama would call her all types of names and say you a whore, you a hoe, you this, that, right? But mama, who started the hoe and the whoring? Who started it, mama? Who started it? You showed her that this was right. So now she's doing it because you showed her that this was right, mama. You groomed this child. Mrs. She said, you right. It's that alcohol too, honey. You right. You right. Okay? You groomed this child, mama. You knew when this drug dealer asked you how old she was. You knew that he liked her, mama. So you use that to your advantage, mama. And we still, first of all, this is still happening in our community today. See, back in the day, they would do that crack and they do that dope. They be drinking. Okay. All right. They got that Johnny Walker. They got that Hennessy. Especially Bacardi and Coke. That was they drink back in the day. That Bacardi and Coke, baby, that give you some problems. Okay. That would give you some problems, honey. And because nobody want to get to the bigger issue why our community is messed up, you got a lot of influencers will touch on this. They will touch on this, but they will not go deep with it, honey. They will touch on this and say, well, mama did the best she could. Nope, mama, you didn't do the best you could. You led your children into danger. Let me share something with y'all. And this is, and I'm already sharing a lot. But let me share something with y'all. Let me share something with y'all. When I started having children, because I was molested growing up for a long time, and it was 3 people that molested me. Okay? 3 people I can count on hand that I was molested when I was young. And from me being molested when I was young, I don't let my kids go nowhere. They can't go to nobody's house. They can't spend a night on no friend's house. Nobody can come spend a night over here. Even when I lived in Elizabeth, I do not let my children go anywhere. They can't spend a night in nobody's house. No family members, none of that stuff. I don't let them. And our oldest daughter used to say to me, Mama, you don't let us go to nobody's house. I said, because I don't trust nobody and I don't want to go do life. I don't want to go do life. So I don't trust nobody. And I check my children. When they were young, I used to check them, ask questions. That's what you're supposed to do. Did anybody kiss you, baby? Did anybody touch you down there? Talk to mama. Mama here for you. I love you. Tell me what's going on. You got to explain that to these babies. You got to talk to them. Don't let people just overtalk your baby when you trying to find out what's going on. Talk to these babies. Don't let nobody fool them. And mama, I want to share something with you. Mamas, check this out. When your child has already been molested, okay, it's easy for the drug dealer to sleep with her. Yeah. Did that roll over your head? Let me say it one more time. Mama, when the child has been molested already, it's easy for the drug dealer to sleep with her. Because she put in her mind that this has happened already. So I might as well sleep with the drug dealer so I could get new shoes and clothes and stuff. Since mama's smoking all the welfare money. Okay? She's smoking all the welfare money. She's smoking all the welfare money, so I don't even have shoes or clothes. So I might as well get it from the drug dealer. This is what happens when daddies are not around. When daddies are in the world, right? Excuse me, y'all. When daddies are in the world, right? When they doing their thing too, they still have an awareness that something is going wrong with their children. That's why they don't allow everybody in their household when they getting high. They don't allow, honey. If daddy is there, do you think the drug dealer could stay in the house? Do you think drugs will be going on in the house if daddy was there? No, because daddy not putting up with foolery. He's not doing that. He's not doing that. Daddy is not doing that. Now, can I say that fathers don't do drugs? That's a lie. I'll be lying. Because my daddy did drugs, and my stepdaddy did drugs. So if I say that they did not, I'm lying. But they had an awareness about what was going on when they were in the household. They had an awareness of what was going down. They understood something was not right. If my father was there and a drug dealer would come to the house, you would see him give the drugs and he would leave. But when my father was not there, okay, they would sit up in our house, me and a girlfriend of mine, okay, I won't say her name, would sit up in the house with us while mama back there doing what she doing with her girlfriends. And remember, I told you, if he giving them a lot, it's because he's ready to start messing with the girls. The girls are getting older. Mama, when your child becomes sassy and she start talking back and she start doing foolery, you better start checking. Somebody touching her, mama. Somebody touching her. When that attitude change, mommy, you got to start checking to find out something is going on. And it ain't always got to be because mama was a crack fiend. It could be, mama, you working too much. You ain't never home. You ain't never home. So everything is going crazy in the household. Mama, let me share something with you. When you call yourself trying to compete with a man and think that you can do everything a man can do and work as long hours that a man can work, mama, you put your children in danger, mama. Nobody wants to say that. Nobody wants to tell the truth, but it's true, baby. You put these children in danger. Now, I know I'm going into my rant. Anybody who follow me, y'all know I'm going into my rant. Because that's when I'm jumping all over the place. I'm going into my rant. Okay? I'm going into my rant. Mama, this is why God made Adam first. Because he knew that we can be easily influenced into doing stuff. I know y'all want to believe it. I know y'all want to believe it. I know y'all want to believe it. And y'all think that we stronger than men. God has built us to do certain things in life. Yes, he has. And we have the ability to multitask. But even when you at your job, right? You need a supervisor, right? Even when you on your job, you can't just do it by yourself. You need a supervisor, right? Okay? You need a supervisor. Baby, your husband is the supervisor in the house. You need a supervisor. So if something, you didn't lay this brick right, you didn't do this report right, you need a supervisor to go over the report or show you that the brick is not correct. You need that. Mrs. She said, you know how it is. You already know, baby. You know how it is. You know how they do. You know how they do, honey. Mona D, come on through, baby. You know how it is, honey. Come on through. But what I'm saying is, if you have to be governed at work, my sisters, you need to be governed at home. There are bad things that are happening in your household because, mama, you work too much. Mama, you only been dating this cat 6 months. You brought him into your household with a big girl that's a teenager. Mama, what you think gonna happen that you brought this man in your household and you only been dating him for 6 months and your daughter is fully developed, mama? And you always at work, mama. I'm about to cry. And you always at work, mama. What do you think gonna happen? Huh? I want to know what you think gonna happen, mama. If you always at work, okay? And then she start talking sass to you. She start talking sass to you all the time, mama. Now she got a new attitude. Okay? And she more friendly with your boyfriend. And you going around telling your friends, oh, they get along so well. I'm so happy that they get along because I was scared. Mama, sometimes he done groomed her while you was not there, mama. Okay? And I'm not blaming it on the brothers. I'm not doing that. The real men, I'm not blaming it on y'all. Y'all just lean to the side, baby. I'm not talking about y'all. Y'all good brothers. I'm not talking about y'all. Don't you take it this way. This lesson is not for y'all, honey. This is for the Pookies and Reres that was groomed by mama. This is for the Pookies and Reres that was groomed by mama. Mama raised them because daddy was not around. So these young men don't know that what they doing is wrong. They don't know it. They don't know selling drugs to their community is killing everybody. They don't know that those Jordans and the 8-ball jackets is killing everybody that they bought. They don't know that they killing their community slowly. Mama, you just met this man. You brought this man into the household. And your daughter is a full-grown woman. She looks like it. She looks like it. Her mind is not there, but she looks like a full-grown woman. And because she looks like a full-grown woman, this aroused this man that's in your household. Especially if you did not teach her how to get dressed in that bathroom before she get out that shower. Do you hear me? If you didn't teach her how to dress properly before she come out the bathroom, if she walking across your bedroom is first, she got to walk past your bedroom to get to her room, and she in a towel, and he see her, and you always at work, mama. This is a problem. And I'm going to share something with y'all too. Y'all don't want to touch on. This happened to the boys too. Did you hear what I said? Did it roll over your head? This happens to the boys too. When you don't pay attention to the children, this happens to the boys too. And now, when the boy start acting different, okay? When the boys start acting different, you want to know what happened. You wondering what is going on. Okay? Listen, baby, listen. I'm sorry. Listen. My content will be real, honey. It will be real. If you get offended, baby, you're gonna have to log off, honey. If you get offended, baby, you're gonna have to log off if it bother you, honey. Because I grew up in the projects. I know what is what and I know what is not, baby. Okay? But I'm gonna share something with you. Okay? I'm gonna share something with you. Mama, you leave a lot of gateways open for the children to get hurt. And I'm going to share with you what was your most powerful gateway. Anybody want to know what was her most powerful gateway that kept wolves away? It was the king. It was the king. The king kept wolves away. The king kept wolves away. When the wolves came hunting, they know which household in the projects that they could mess with the young girls. They knew which ones, and the young boys too, because don't forget it, they touched the boys too. When the boys get older and they start hanging around with the girls more, honey, that means somebody did some nonsense. Okay? Let's get into it. Somebody did some nonsense. But we don't want to talk about that. We just want to talk about the girls. We don't want to talk about how the boys was affected too. But the boys was affected too. Mama, you got some explaining to do. Mama, you have been brought on charges. You have some explaining to do to the Black community, mama. You have been brought up on charges, mama. You got some explaining to do to the Black community. All the mamas from my mother time, you have some explaining to do. I don't want to hear I did the best I could. I don't want to hear that I'm tired of that excuse. I did the best that I could. Mama, the best that you could was keep the king in the household. Listen, I'm done. I'm done. My husband home today. I gotta spend some time, y'all. I gotta spend some time. I gotta aggravate him. He off today. I love my job. I love my job. I like to aggravate my husband. I like to keep my job, y'all. But I want to tell y'all something real quick. Be mindful of who you have children with, baby. Be mindful of where you leave your offspring. My kings, ain't nobody gonna watch your children like you would. Ain't nobody gonna watch those babies like you would. See, I have a king in my household. I have a lion in my household. So when wolves come and they know a lion lives here, honey, they run. They run. They run when they see a lion in your household, baby. But when they only see a hyena, Mona D, Mona D, Mona D, you know what I'm talking about. If they only see a hyena in your household when they come, Mrs. She said, you know what I'm saying? Mr. He said, you know what I'm saying? When they only see a hyena in the household, honey, it's easy to conquer the household because there is no king there. Listen, y'all. Listen. Get out of that mindset of you do not need a man. Get out of that mindset of thinking that you can do everything on your own. God did not design us to be that way. And for my brothers who was brought up with a single mother, for my brothers who was brought up with a single mother, and you went through a lot of heartache and pain, my dear. But when you got older, you ran into some good kings that taught you how to be a man. My salute to you, my brothers. My salute to you, who said, I'm not going to take up the rings of what my mother taught me. I'm going to follow my own path and do the right thing and build my family. My salute to you. You are right. Men just don't leave. He isn't there. You right. You are so correct. They just don't just leave. There's a problem there. There's a problem there. But I'm going to share something with you. Because I'm supposed to get off this live. You done started me about, you about to start some trouble. You about to start some trouble. But I'm going to share with you. There's a lot of reasons why daddy is not there. But that's going to have to be for another day. This is just one avenue that daddy is not there. But we're going to have to talk about it another day, honey. So we're going to have to pin that. You're going to save that for me. You're going to come back to me. Send it to my DMs. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to do a live. We're going to do a live on that one. Why some daddies are not there. Why mama did not choose correctly. Okay? Because all this stemmed from mama. If mama don't choose correctly, if she doesn't choose properly, the children are in trouble. See, a lot of people don't want to blame mama, but it's true. I love mama. You're going to always love mama no matter what. But the choices mama make determine the children's future. Unless they get blessed to meet somebody else that don't do the nonsense mama did. Take heed to the message. Everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all take it easy. Instagram, I'm going to let you out. I'm going to let you out. Have a good one, y'all. YouTube, I don't know what's going on. This got to be Mona D people. This is what it looked like. Anybody that's in the chat right now, if you from Mona D, give me a 1. Give me a 1 because I want to see how many people came from Mona D, because some of y'all I don't know. Give me a 1 in the chat. Something is going on here. All right, I knew it. I knew it because Mona D content is fire. I knew somebody was here from Mona D. I saw how y'all rallied behind her yesterday in her show. Y'all is on point. Thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate that. For everybody, y'all have a great day. I greatly appreciate y'all tuning in, taking y'all time to come see me do my rant this morning. I know I was all over the place. That's how I do. So when you come here, there is always a rant. I have no stats. I have none of that. There is always a rant. Okay. I will always do a rant. That is my content. I will fire off real quick. Everybody have a wonderful day, and thank you once again for tuning in. Take it easy, everybody.